So, Yusuf, welcome again. This is Dive and Rife podcast. It's been a while, not hosting you, you not hosting me.
New
Yeah,
episodes.
so I just wanted to know why people make some kind of goals or targets to meet
Yes.
every time the season changes.
Yes. It seems like people want to start fresh, They want this thing, to push them to start. And the new year is like a drive for them to push them, or it's like an excuse for them to start something new. Most of the people now, I'll start the new diet. I'll try losing weight. This losing weight is a big thing, man. No, I'll just eat this last cake. Next year I'll be
dieting, yeah.
Diet Coke, everything, no sugar.
But why do people come up with New Year resolutions, Yusuf?
I think it's as we mentioned before, it's like an excuse for people to do something different, because it's also the media, the hype, everywhere. Oh, a new year, the things, the fireworks, the 2022. Yeah.
So that's why people come up with these resolutions. But don't you think sometimes it's a matter of it hinders people from reaching something, especially those who flop in between? For example, you have a New Year resolution. I want to maybe start my business in 2021. Then something like COVID happens. You don't start the business.
And you take that as an excuse for not
Yes,
starting.
in between you forget it. Then the next year comes. Do we go to a new resolution, or do you revive the resolution you had in the previous years?
I think it goes back to their conviction. You have to have a strong conviction about what you believe in. It doesn't matter the year, as you mentioned, but it's a good thing. It's a good thing to start something positive in your life. It doesn't matter, new year, not new year. But if you're going with the new year, go with it, but stick with it. Sometimes happen to me, or
you go with the moods. You go with the what is it called? It's more of operational than strategic. Like, you resolve that I want to do this year, or this month, or in 2 years. Then you do it perfectly, and it takes you from one step to another. But without the conviction you're talking about, and without being consistent, if you stop doing the new things you resolve to do, you get back to the old self, right?
You get back to yourself, exactly. Year resolution.
Resolutions are good, Yusuf, but I think we should not be people who wait for a year to change to have a resolution. I think we should start to learn to create these resolutions even in between the year, because the more we put pressure in ourselves, the more we create new things and new chances in our lives. But you see, you wait for 2022 to come. You say that, last year I tried, I did not make it. So I have to make this thing work in 2022. That should be the resolution. But this person who comes with resolutions every year, different resolution, I think it doesn't show much on impact in somebody's life when you go this way.
When I'm talking about ourselves, for example, when you start doing YouTube, and you have to be consistent, you have to be every week you post 2 or 3 times. So that thing, if you can copy it, the mentality itself, copy it to other stuff in your life, and you do it. For example, losing weight, or exercising, or even networking with people, having more friends. This thing, just copy it. You have the same mentality now, because you keep posting.
It goes back to a question I always ask people, that why is it so easy for you to wake up every morning, to even have a tea or something, or even without a tea, and go to your place of work where you are employed? But it is so hard for you to wake up every morning and do exercise. It is because at work there are some rules that are compelling you to come every day. But you see, if you have a personal resolution, you don't have these rules. So people have to adapt the kind of attitude and discipline you have for your job, to do it to yourself, if you want resolutions to work out. But if you don't do this, it's so hard.
It's not easy. And other thing also, you will find out that your plan will be interfered with so many plans in life. For example, if you have a plan, for example, to post every 3 times a week, you'll find you'll have so many things in life. Maybe somebody will get sick, you travel, more work, busy, some problem with the family. So then shows how strong you want it. You know, if you put it as a priority in your life, then you will find out, okay, I have all these problems, but I have my priorities.
There are alternatives.
Yeah.
You know, the truth is something that is important in your life. You will always find a way on how to do it.
Yeah.
Even if, you know, sometimes we'll say that you start a YouTube channel, you'll be posting thrice a week. If I know that maybe perhaps I'll have to travel, I'll separate a day or two to make 3 or 4 or 5 videos to cover up the days I'll not be in my studio. So it is not about just having a resolution, but it's about, do you have the attitude to go for your resolution of the year?
Is it a good idea to write it down?
It is not just is it good. That is the first step.
Write it down.
Yes. A resolution that is kept here is not a resolution, man. I've always believed that any idea that you have, if you don't put it down on paper, it's gone. Yeah.
I will end up with talking about your own resolution, man. What is your own resolution?
My own resolution?
Yes.